Before we talk about the Mini Free, I'd just like to say straight off the bat that I did not get a Mini Free. So if you're looking for a Mini Free video specifically showing the Mini Free, move on. If not, you can just listen to me. My KO leader from DJI decided not to give me a Mini Free, even though I've sold more Mini 2s than humanly possible. But I'm guessing, because he didn't want to tell me, I'm guessing it's because my Air 2S videos. So I'm not taking them down. That's how I feel about it, and you know, that's that. And also, I don't have the money at the moment to buy one myself, so we're gonna continue doing Mini 2 videos. The Mini 2 is a fantastic drone, and the Mini 3 Pro costs twice as much, according to the leaks, which there were a lot, as we know. I'm always very wary about flying the Mavic 3 above water, in snow, rain, whereas the Mini 2, I don't give a rat's ass. I basically treat this like trash, and I treat it like a tool, because it is a tool. To get the shot, you need to literally go to Mordor and back with your drone and take it through hell, which it has been for. I've taken all over the world, and it's done a fantastic job until I crashed it myself, and you can see the refresh video up there. DJI Refresh is fantastic. It's something I recommend for every single product you buy from DJI. I have it on, I think, 12 or 13 products I have bought from them. So the Mini 2, you know, it's a fantastic drone. It films in 4K. It doesn't have an f1.7 lens like the Mini 3 Pro, and it doesn't come with a controller that has a screen. The screen looks fantastic, thanks to some leaks we saw on YouTube earlier this week. And, you know, it really helps not having, you know, your phone, you know, you gotta answer your phone when you're flying. That's a pain in the ass, so having a screen on the controller is fantastic. Now the controller is half the weight of the RC Pro, and if you buy it with the controller, it basically costs as much for the drone and the controller as the RC Pro. So, you know, that sounds like a fantastic deal. The Mini 3 Pro comes with sensors at the front and down below. Now, it doesn't have side sensors, it doesn't have upward sensors, so flying up into a tree or flying sideways into a tree will still crash like the Air 2S. And because of the sensors, I'm guessing it's going to have tracking, because everybody wanted tracking in their drone. I don't use tracking too much. I've used it in the past, and it's a fantastic feature. But I love flying manually. As you guys know, flying manually just gives you so much control. So if you learn the basics and you know how to do it, you can, sure, later use tracking, but you can get so much more out of a shot if you're using manual, you know, flying. But the sensors do come in handy. Say, like in Iceland, I was flying in some canyons. I could not see the drone too well, and it would stop in front of a big wall. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to fly those canyons. I'm not an FPV pilot, so I just don't have that kind of, you know, skill. The Mini 2, you know, 4K, it's got a fantastic lens, and if you watch my films on a 4K television, 65-inch, you'll see that the image quality out of this drone is absolutely superb. And I don't normally fly the whole battery. I know the Mini 3 Pro has a special battery which will let you fly for, you know, a gazillion hours. But with the Mavic 3 flying at, you know, 35, 40 minutes, I get to like 25 minutes and my concentration drops, which is not usually a good thing when you're flying a drone, especially if you're trying to, you know, fly in some sketchy situations. But, you know, having a battery that lasts that long gives you a little bit more, you know, peace of mind when you're flying out above the water or, you know, around clouds or buildings or whatever, and it will keep your drone a little bit safer. If I had the choice between a Mini 2 and a Mini 3, it's a difficult one considering the price. If it works with the controller, the standard version where you just buy a drone, then sure, I would pick up the Mini 3 and use it with this controller. Even though the controller with the screen is fantastic, it's quite a bit of money for people who use the Mini 2, because most of them are, let's, you know, say it, Sunday flyers. You know, they're amateur pilots. It's not like you're flying a Matrix 600 with a Sony A7 IV attached to it, but you're flying a tiny little sub 250 gram drone, and you know, it's for fun, it's for hobbies. But you can get incredible shots out of the Mini 2 as you can out of the Mini 3 with its f1.7 lens. No doubt much better low light quality. Mini 2, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you 4-minute cinematic film, and you can see for yourselves, what this little guy can do. And when you've done that, you can go and watch all the other Mini 3 videos and decide for yourself what you'd like to buy. Now, if my KO leader does decide to send me a Mini 3 so I can sell them another, couple of hundred of those drones, then I'll get a few more videos out for you. Until then, Mini 2. This is what the Mini 2 is capable of. I've literally put it through hell. And I've never worried for 1 second about it. This move right here is a manual shot. It almost looks like a tracking shot, but it's me in the passenger seat of that car, flying it like a madman. When it comes to the quality of the Mini 2, I'm always blown away, especially looking on a large screen, pixel peeping. It's just so versatile. And what it can capture in different times of day, different types of weather, always blows me away. This is way after the sun went down in Arosa. This is it flying through frozen fog, something my Air 2S hated. It's an absolutely incredible drone. This is simple, this is Lake Como, I mean, it can't get better than this. I've always wanted to push it past its limits. We're already past its limits, seeing what it can do. For me, for you, maybe for someone else. Just to prove that it doesn't matter what tool you have in your hand. You can really create something amazing with such a beginner drone. You just need the imagination and the balls. Balls are pretty important, especially if you're trying to get the shot. And trust me, it gets a little bit freaky out there sometimes. But the Mini 2's held up, and I'm sure the Mini 3 is going to do an even better job. This was an hour before the sun came up on Forca Pass. And those colours right there, those are real. It looked like an alien planet. And the Mini 2 held up so well. So remember, before you do go out and buy a new drone or a new camera, it's you. It's your imagination. That's what's important. Sure, an f1.7 lens is pretty important too, but if you don't know how to use it, then, you might as well just give up. But then again, don't. So what do you think? It's a drone that, you know, that really does a fantastic job. Now, I made a joke earlier on Instagram. The best drone isn't the one that you have on you, it's the one in the shop. And it's true, the Mini 3 looks fantastic, and from the footage we've already seen, it's definitely something I'd like to fly. I do feel a little bit sore, and you know, I'm just being honest with you, it's just a natural human feeling, especially with all the work I've put in for, you know, DJI. But yeah, let's see what today brings.